Hello everyone, my name is Zard and welcome back to another video. So today I'll be taking a look at set 75333. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. So of course this is an episode 2 set from the summer wave of LEGO Star Wars. This set has 282 pieces, 2 minifigures, and then a droid. So R4 P17 Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then the Kaminoan Taun Wee. So this is the first time we've got a Kaminoan minifigure. That's the big draw, I would say, to this set. But the build, I would say, is also pretty strong. Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter is probably my favorite Jedi Starfighter. I just love the colors of this Jedi Starfighter. I like it a lot better than Anakin's, for sure. Even though that green one is really cool. Yeah, I think this is a really cool set. Now I'll just take a bit of a closer look at it. So just taking away the Kaminoan minifigure here is the Starfighter. And I believe this is a $40 set, that's Canadian. And I feel like that is pretty decent for a Starfighter. Like, it's thin, but it's pretty long. Like, I love these things if they were $30, but you know, I don't really want to be complaining about $10 here. So I think a $40 price for this set is fine. If they went up to $50, which I wouldn't be shocked if they did in the future, I think that's a bit much. So looking at the wings here, you've got that dark red burgundy color there, the Republic logo, as well as a couple stickers there. I think those are nice. You have the newer stud shooters there, I believe first introduced with the Batman sets earlier, actually last year, end of last year. And then at the back, you've got the lighter green color with the white as well as that dark red. The thrusters at the back with those yellow translucent pieces, which look pretty good. You've got the Republic logo on either side. There are a decent amount of stickers in this set, but I wouldn't say it's all too bad. I would say, for the piece count here, you're getting less than I believe you would in a Speed Champion set, and they're around the same piece count, just a cheaper set, of course. Here you've got the head of R4, the body I do currently have in this middle section, which you've probably seen a review of this by now, but if you're wondering why this is so large, it's so that it can fit the body of R4, which I think is a fine function. I do think you kind of look at it from the side and it does feel a bit high, but it's overall fine. Looking down the front of it, you see more stickers, and I think you see also the biggest flaw of this set, and that's the spacing in the wings. It's just, I would say it's overall fine here, but you have nothing built up here, so you just see a huge gap, and it is quite sizable, and you really can't do all that much about it. So taking a look in here, this is the compartment where you can fit our R4's body piece right there. There's just a stud in there, so you can fit that stud at the bottom. Then the cockpit piece here is just a cockpit piece we've had for a long time. Opening it up, you have a space for one minifigure, that of course being Obi-Wan Kenobi. A printed console piece there, and a nice built-up seat. I do like this piece, just to add some detail to that seating area. One other thing that you are given in this set to add is this communications dish right here, which I don't believe has been in a other Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. I'm not 100% sure on that. But of course, that's what Obi-Wan uses to communicate with the Jedi Council on Geonosis. So that's a pretty cool addition to that set. You really don't have any space to put that. So you either keep it on or you take it off and put it somewhere else. The bottom there, it's just built up. You're not going to really see this, I don't think, so I don't think the black is too unsightly. Like, you can't see it here, maybe a little bit here, but other than that, you really can't see too much that you wouldn't want to see. You've got the landing gear there. Two parts right there that you can attach an accessory to here is Obi-Wan's lightsaber. I think the wings are built up, they're sturdy. Like, I don't think you're ripping that out unless you really intentionally try to do it. But yeah, I think the build here is really good, or not really good, it's good. I think the colors are really nice. I like the things you can do, like storing R4's body part there so you can have the head easily attached there. I like the addition of that communications dish. I like the cockpit area. I think the stickers add some nice detail. Also, the newer curved pieces and pointed pieces can add some nice angles to this set. But the big thing that takes away from it is that big gap, which, looking at it from the sides, this is really where you start to see it here. But the sides, you really can't tell there. Of course, you can't, well, you can not all too much. You can sort of see it, but you've got the large cockpit, so it's hard to see. But when you really look at it there, you can really see that gapping, which I wish was something that didn't happen here, and I really don't know how that can be fixed. But in the next iteration of a Jedi Starfighter, whether that be Obi-Wan, Anakin, some other Jedi, whoever it might be, I would really like to see that improved for the next one. But overall, I think the build here is strong. I like the sticker detailing. All the pieces here, I think, come together quite nicely. It's just that gap that really does take away from the build, that when I originally saw reviews, I was like, okay, it's a little gap. It's not all that bad. But as I have had this set for a little bit and have been looking at it, the gap is quite sizable. So depending on where you're looking at it, it can look really good, like a really good Lego Star Wars set, especially at the $40 price, or not all that great if you're looking at it from above or right on the front. So now take a look at the figures of this set. So here are the 3 minifigures included in this set: Obi-Wan, R4, and then Taun We. So starting with Obi-Wan here, I think this Obi-Wan minifigure is quite nice. I love those Jedi robe printing with the jacket on top of the robes. I think it looks quite nice. The leg printing blends in with the torso printing quite well, and I think it's overall a really nice minifigure. You have a bit of back printing there. I love Obi-Wan's long hair in episode 2. I just think it's one of his best looks in all Star Wars film, or now Disney Plus with the Disney Plus show. Then the torso print, you've got the like headphones almost there, the communications piece, and then without one there with I don't know what this would be, maybe a surprised expression, Obi-Wan seeing all the clones for the first time, or surprised, I guess there's multiple things for Obi-Wan to be surprised by, so I don't exactly know what that expression would be, but I think it's a nice expression for this Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure. Next here is R4, which I think is a nice printed droid. I don't really have any affection towards R4, but I do like the color, and I think it goes well with the Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. One thing a bit disappointing is, unlike the R2-D2 that came, I believe a couple R2-D2s, both in the Dagobah training as well as the trash compactor, had back printing on the droid body there, which I wish this one had. I think that's a nice inclusion to these droids, but for me at least, I'm always going to keep my R4 body at least inside of the compartment, so I will never see it, but it would have been a nice addition to the character. Next is Taun We. For sure, I would say the biggest draw to this set, the first ever Kaminoan minifigure, and I think it's done quite well. The torso as well as dress printing, I think, is really nice. You've got back dress printing, which is really, I quite like that as well, just continuing the printing that you see from the front to the back is really nice. I like when you have more details like that. The back torso printing as well is nice. So this is a single molded head there, which can just come off, and there you've got it. I think it's a really nice headpiece. I saw like some pictures, not official pictures, of course, but a Kaminoan made from mini doll pieces, and I thought that was an interesting way to have done it. But I think combining mini dolls and as well as minifigures is a bit odd. I don't necessarily like the idea of it. Of course, we did see that with the Lego Movie too, but I prefer, since like we've now 20, probably coming on about 25 years, I believe, of Lego Star Wars. We've had all normal minifigures. I don't know really why to change it now for the Kaminoan. I think the Kaminoan works fine with a normal minifigure, and I think I prefer it that way. Another thing with this Obi-Wan minifigure is the newer hood piece, so that can attach to Obi-Wan there. And yeah, so to help, I guess, shield him a bit, not much with how rainy that planet is, but the rain of Kamino. So I think that's a nice inclusion to the minifigure as well. You've got a lot of different variations for this one Obi-Wan minifigure, depending on how you want to display this set. You can have him in sort of the form I have here, flying his Starfighter out in Kamino somewhere with that hood on, and the other expression, whether you want him to be reacting to the clones, Jango Fett, whoever it might be. I think these three characters included in this set are really good and are good inclusions for this set that totally makes sense. So here is the box of this set, and I feel like this box art, just this box art had a potential to just be great, a era of great Lego box arts. Up there for me with the Captain Rex box art, the Maul box art. There's a lot of strong ones. That Episode 3 Vader box art. I think this one had a chance to be really good, and probably still has a chance to be good if it's updated. But you've started on to go downhill with them. The box art here is really nice. You've got this Starfighter displayed on Kamino. That's what you want for this set. It totally makes sense. But you've got Darth Vader in the corner of it. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Whether it was Mace Windu, Yoda, just a Phase 1 clone, that should have been what it is. It should have been a different color stripe here to represent Episode 2, because that's what it should be, because that's what this set is based on. It's not based on the original trilogy, where Darth Vader is prevalent in the series. Darth Vader hasn't become Darth Vader yet. He is still Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2, and this is not Episode 2 box art. The box art itself with Kamino, the Starfighter, is really good. You have all the set information. The box art's nice. It really is, but it's not representing really the film it should, with Darth Vader in the corner of it. If every single box art of the line had the stripe, had the same blue coloring there, and had Darth Vader in the box, sure, there's not an issue. But when you change the character up on a lot of boxes, and it tends to change with what film you're trying to represent, whether that's the Bad Batch with Hunter on the box, or the Clone Wars box art with the Ahsoka clone on the box, it's, it's not accurate at all, really. And same case with the ATT box that has the Clone Wars box art on it. Should be Episode 3, given that it's obviously an Utapau set with Commander Cody as well as 212 troopers. You really can't argue that. This is wrong as well. That's wrong as well. I think this box art had a chance to be great, and I think overall it's really good. It's just there's a few errors like that stripe as well as character in the corner that, if changed and made correctly, have a chance to just be a really great box art, but because it doesn't have that, it's not a great, but, like, okay, it's a good box art, but it's not an accurate box art. That's, I feel like, the best way I could say it. You've got Tonweave there displayed, more of the set, more of Kamino, as well as the functions of this set. I think this box art displays the set decently. I really like that corner box art there, but it has Darth Vader in the corner. It's not an accurate box art, and it is what it is, I guess. So that was my review of Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, and I think this is a really good set. I like Jedi Starfighters, I really do. Episode 2, I enjoy Episode 2, and I really like Kamino in the film, as well as Obi-Wan's look in this film, so getting those two minifigures, I'm happy to get those two minifigures. I think the build is a good build. The gap by the wings is quite noticeable when you're looking at this set from certain directions that can really take away from the build, but color-wise, I think there's nothing here that you see that you wouldn't want to see, which is nice. I do like that. If you don't like stud shooters, those are easily removable and replaceable with something else. Once again, I think the minifigures are really good. I think the price of $40 is fine. The box art here looks really good. I do wish they had a correct banner on there for Episode 2, because from the last time I watched Episode 2, I don't believe Darth Vader was in it. I'm almost 100% sure that Vader wasn't in it. I feel like it was Anakin. I'm pretty sure about that, but I'm not 100% sure, so you can correct me on that. And maybe Vader was in it, and Lego got that box art 100% right, and good on them if it did, but I don't really think they did, so they might want to update that for the next time. But overall, I think this is a really good Lego Star Wars set, and a good, like, mid-range Lego Star Wars set for this summer wave, and I'd love to see one in the next summer wave, whether that be Anakin, or really anyone else. I'd love to see some more Jedi Starfighters. I'd also love to see some other Episode 2 builds. I'd love some sort of Geonosis set to get some clones. I'd love Jango, so Jango Fett Slave 1 is for sure a set I love, which would be, I guess, at this mid-range price scale, if they wanted to do it in the size of Boba Fett's. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that would be a great accompanying set to this set. Maybe even do one of those Walmart exclusive sets that have two sets combined. You could even add something in it that almost created two stands, that you could almost create a scene that would never happen, but it sounds really great to me, and I'd love to see it. But I would love to see a Jango Fett Slave 1, especially since we didn't get Jango or Boba in this set. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in the next one.